Most people don't realize that child poverty is an epidemic in our country. The United States has one of the highest child poverty rates in the developed world. Even before the pandemic, nearly 10 million children in the United States of America lived below the poverty line. 4 in 10 children live in homes right now that are struggling to meet basic needs. 100,000 kids in New York City alone will be homeless within the next year. And if you think about it, when people are being asked to learn over Zoom and they don't even have a home to learn from, it's really exacerbating the inequality and moral disgrace that child poverty is in our country. Only 10% of the federal budget is spent on children from ages 0 to 18. Think about that. A country that only spends 10% of its budget on the future is not one that is being bold and optimistic and hopeful. Child poverty creates tremendous instability for children and families. And when I say instability, what I mean is food insecurity. It means an education gap. It means creating generational poverty. It means increased rates of incarceration. It has so many deleterious effects because the lack of stability doesn't create a foundation that allows kids to thrive. When I ran for Congress, we proposed a suite of policies we called the Family Opportunity Guarantee. And the centerpiece of that policy was something we called the Universal Child Allowance that would pay every single parent $500 per child till the age of 5 per month, and then $350 after the age of 5 till the age of 18 per month, supporting the cost of raising a child. Now that policy would halve the child poverty rate in the first year loan in the United States of America. Now, the reason that direct cash transfers make so much sense and are so much more effective at eliminating child poverty than other policies across the world is because different families have different needs. Some families use cash to purchase more food. Some families use cash to purchase transportation options. Some people use it to get after-school tutoring or SAT tutoring. There are an infinite number of things you can do with cash that allow you to choose what's best for your family. And that's why direct cash transfers make the most sense. Any dollar spent on a child, on average, pays back $7 in the future. Because child poverty has enormous effects on children's ability to learn, their test scores, even their brain formation early in their lives. In fact, a recent study just showed that kids who take the SAT in the later half of the month, who are on supplemental nutrition food stamps, tend to score lower because they're food stressed by the later half of the month than the beginning of the month when food stamps come in. And so when I say that child poverty is not just a moral disgrace, since these children didn't really choose to be born poor on their own, it is an economic drag on our country that has long-lasting effects on our future. This is an issue that ought to be and is bipartisan. Right now, Democrats in the House of Representatives and the US Senate, along with President Joe Biden, have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to strike at this moral disgrace in the United States of America